Here's the third part of this test. And for questions 10 and 11, we're going to use these points right here to help us answer 10 and 11. So I did a graph already. I want you to do a graph on your own paper. Put those points on the graph, and then answer questions 10 and 11. One is, number 10 says, what's the length of each side? And number 11 says, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Okay, go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back. So pause the video and try it on your own. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to do that. Let's do well, first of all, I have to put the points on there. So 2 and 6. So I go over to 2 and then all the way up to 6. That's A. And then I want B, which is 2 and 9. Right there, that's B. And then C is 7, all the way to 7, up to 9. Let's see, and D is 7, and then up to 6. D. Okay. So, A, B, that equals 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we go B, C, B to C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, equals 5. CD equals 1, 2, 3. And then DA equals 5. Now, that's what each side is. If I want the perimeter, I just add up the sides. 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. The 5 and the 5 is 10. 3 and 3 is 6. So you add those together, you get 16. All right. Let's do number 12. It's area of a triangle. I'll give you the formula, and then I want you to try it on your own. So a triangle area equals base times height divided by 2. Go ahead and try it on your own. Pause the video, and then come back. Okay. Now that you've done this one, let's do it right together. Triangular logo on the back of the t-shirt has a base of 7.5 inches, and it has a height of 4 inches. So area equals a base, 7.5, times height of 4, and then I'm going to divide that by 2. Now, because 1/2 is, I know it's 0.5, so in this case, I'm going to make it into a decimal. 7.5 times 4 divided by 2. All right, 7.5 times 4 equals 30 divided by 2. And I know that's going to be 30 divided by 2 is 15. So it's 15 inches, and it is the area. So it's 15 inches squared. Okay. Let's go on and do this one. 13 and 14. Now, for these two, it wants us to use the same picture. Suppose the base and the height of each are multiplied by 2. What would be the effect on the area? Okay, and then suppose the side lengths are multiplied by 2. Describe the change of the perimeter. Okay. I'm going to give you a little formula here for area. It is the original, and then it's the change squared, and that gets you your new. Hopefully you remember doing this in class. And for perimeter, it's just the original, the change, and then the new. Okay. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can answer question 13 and 14, and then come back. All right, let's do number 13. Suppose the base and the height are each multiplied by 1/2. What would be the effect on the area? Okay, so when we're talking area, it's going to be your original, and in this case, I got to find it, the change squared, and that's new. So the original, let's find the area of this one. So it's 8 times 4. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So the original is 16 feet squared. All right. And then the change is 1/2 squared, and that will give me my new. So I need to do 1/2 squared. 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. Okay, so it has to be 16 times 1/4, and that will give me my new. So I do this into that fraction, and it's 16 over 4. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So the original is going to be, oh, you know what? This isn't a triangle. I messed this one up. You were probably doing this thinking, what's he doing 16? Huh, let me go back here. I hope you were saying that and saying, well, he's wrong, because we have a parallelogram, not a triangle. So let me go back here. I'm going to start right here. So my original is a base times a height, which is 32. And the change is still 1/2 squared. And I don't know what the new is. So let's do 1/2 squared, which is 1/2 times 1/2. And that equals 1/4. We knew that. So now it's 32 times 1/4. Make that. And this will give us our new area. So 32 over 4, 32 divided by 4 is 8, and it's feet, and it's squared. So what is going on? The new one is going to be 8 feet squared because it's being multiplied by 1/2 squared. All right. Now let's do the next one. I'm going to do the next one in blue so we can distinguish between the two. Suppose the side lengths are multiplied by 2 and describe the change in the perimeter. So because it's a perimeter, it's just going to be times 2. So I know that if this is 8, this is 8. And if this is 6, this is 6. So it's old perimeter, then the change, not squared, and then it gives me the new. So the old is 8 plus 6 is 14, and I got to do that twice. 8 plus 6, 8 plus 6. So it's 28 feet. Now if it's multiplied by 2 times 2, the change is just times 2. And so the new would be 50. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake here too. Oh, boy. Because 6 plus 8 is 14. 14 plus 14 is not 26, it's 28. 28 times 2 is 56 feet. So the new one is 56. The change is just times 2. All right. Whew. Made some mistakes there, but you can see how you really have to concentrate and you have to know your shapes and know your formulas. So hopefully you understand those two. All right, here is the final problem. It's a composite figure. I want you to, I'm not going to give you the formulas. Hopefully you have those. I want you to just try it. You can divide it up any which way you want. I'll show you how I want to do it in a minute. So go ahead and play with it. See if you can figure it out, and then come back. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to work it out. I am going to go the complete parallelogram, even though I know this little triangle isn't a part of it. I still like parallelograms because it's area equals base times height. So the base of this is 15 times a height of 9. 15 times 9 That equals area of 135 centimeters squared. Now, I do have this little triangle that's not a part of it. So I need to figure out. Well, I know from here to here, that's 10. And I've got to figure out what here to here is. If this is 4 and this whole thing is 9, this must be 5. 5 plus 4 equals my total of 9. Okay, so now triangle equals area times base times height divided by 2. My base is 5, my height is 10, and divide that by 2. That's 50 divided by 2. That gets me 25 centimeters squared. And that's what I need to get rid of. I don't need that part because it's not included. So I start with my 135, which is the whole thing, including the area I don't need. And then I take away this 25. And it leaves me with 110 centimeters squared. And that's how you find the area of a composite figure. Hopefully you got that. All right. All right, that's the completion of it. Hope you did good. If you have some questions, you can either email me them or seesaw me a message, something about any questions you may have. And you could just simply tell me I'm struggling with number 5, number 10, number 12, number 13, and I can set up a chance to either Zoom with you so we can figure it out, or I could give you another video and you could try it again. So, all right.